Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
It's good to have you here. I'm Whitney Ward.
Well, new at 4, a semi-truck has crashed into a pizza shop in Coulee, Washington. Coulee police, the department there, says that the driver crashed into Hometown Pizza around noon today. Police say the driver of the semi was sent to the hospital. We don't know the extent of his injuries, but police say no one inside Hometown Pizza was hurt.
All right, so we certainly talked a lot about the sunshine that we had over the last couple of days. It was beautiful, but it's time to move on, right?
Yeah, it is time to move on. And we even got sunshine this morning, so that was great as well. But now we're talking about weather advisories, not for the Spokane area, but nearby, especially in the mountains. As you get into eastern Kootenai County, Shoshone County, and areas of north central Idaho, this is in effect through Friday afternoon. The snow will begin to fall at these higher elevations, and even in the valleys in the overnight hours, and then through tomorrow morning, and probably even into the afternoon as we get into the mountainous areas. But we have no advisories yet for the Spokane area, although we are anticipating seeing rain moving into our area. So here's a look at the day planner forecast. We've got rain developing this evening. We've got an overnight low of 31. Could even see it become rain, snow. Then I think we'll look for partly cloudy skies in Spokane and eastern Washington. Should be mostly dry on Valentine's Day. Friday, we'll see a high of 43. But areas of northern Idaho, especially from, say, like Kellogg or the Silver Valley down south, that's where we're going to continue to see snow developing over there. Here's a look at your weekend weather. I've got 42 on Saturday and 42 on Sunday, but I think Saturday night into Sunday morning, we've got a good chance of seeing some snow showers, and also again Saturday night into Sunday, or Friday night into Saturday morning, and then Saturday night into Sunday morning. That's our best chance of seeing some snow, but it will all change to rain by the afternoon as those temperatures get 10 degrees above freezing. Now to the latest we've been learning on the missing Rexburg children. Kay and Larry Woodcock are seeking guardianship of their grandson, J.J. Vallow. The 7-year-old and his 17-year-old sister, Tylee Ryan, have been missing since September. Well, last night, a closed hearing lasted more than 2 hours inside the Madison County Courthouse in East Idaho. And during the hearing, the Woodcocks were also given updates about the investigation. That case is sealed, and the attorney did not comment. The children's mother, Lori Vallow, has refused to show the children are alive and well. There's much more to this story, including Lori's marriage to Chad Daybill and their religious beliefs, as well as the mysterious deaths of their previous spouses. You can get the latest info by heading over to KREM.com or by downloading the KREM 2 mobile app. U.S. health officials have announced its 15th confirmed case of coronavirus out of Texas. The person was evacuated from China to Lackland Air Force Base in San Antonio. Many of those evacuees were in quarantine, but for years, public health officials right here in Washington state have been transporting people with suspected infectious diseases to motel rooms. And now they're using that same strategy for people who are at risk from the coronavirus. Whitney, how effective are these motel rooms at containing the virus?
Well, it's a good question for sure. King County Public Health Agency is using dozens of strategies to try and respond to this coronavirus outbreak. Now, these are people who might be infected and just need to be isolated until their test results come back. In the meantime, though, those people have nowhere else to go. So for years, the county has quietly been transporting them to motels to ensure public safety. The rooms are then carefully examined by health experts to make sure there is only one separate entrance into the room, there's appropriate ventilation, and that the facilities don't have a lobby or an elevator.
The fact that we have these locations is a great service to others in the community because it allows us to make sure that these people will stay away from others until they're no longer at risk of spreading something.
So health officials say they don't typically isolate people in hospitals because they're not actually sick, and hospitals need every room they have for people who are. The designated quarantine sites are near North Bend in Washington state, and they're specifically designed for travelers who have been coming from Wuhan, China, that may have been exposed to the virus. Now, the county says using those motels is a better alternative. People with symptoms and have nowhere else to go could be walking around the streets, though, using public transportation or even going to shopping centers. So we'll continue to keep you updated. Tom?
A bill making its way through the state house could soon make it illegal for Idaho employers to hire someone based only on their race or gender. The House State Affairs Committee heard the so-called anti-preference bill last night. It passed after 12 Republicans voted in favor of the bill. 3 Democrats said no. Republican Representative Heather Scott from northern Idaho sponsored that bill. She says people should be hired based on their job qualifications rather than their race or gender. But critics say the bill gets rid of affirmative action.
So I believe, as I think most of us do, that it's deeply offensive to hire or to not hire someone based on their race.
Do we still need a place for affirmative action? Yes, we do. We need it in our communities. We need it in our culture. We do need to recognize that not everybody is created equal.
The bill will now go to the House floor. A U.S. Army soldier from Oregon is dead after serving in Afghanistan. The Department of Defense identified him as Specialist Brandon Time Kimball from Central Point, which is located just outside of Medford, Oregon. Kimball died yesterday from a non-combat related incident, according to officials. The Army has not released details of the incident, but said in a press release that it was under investigation. His death comes just days after 2 soldiers were killed and 6 others wounded in Afghanistan's Nangarhar province.
An Oregon Uber driver is in custody now for sexually assaulting his passenger. Police have identified the driver as Antonio Gonzalez Salinas. Police say a relative of the woman actually tracked her phone and found her sitting in the passenger seat crying. Now, according to court records, he had locked that woman inside the car and then assaulted her. Salinas is charged with kidnapping and attempted rape. Now, in a recent study, the company reported about 3,000 sexual assaults during rides in 2018. Okay, you know this, we know this, it's kind of a Spokane thing. It's the season for potholes, exactly. Crews, though, they're working hard to try and take advantage of this drier weather that we've had to try and fill in as many as they can.
And KREM 2 Shayna Waldtower tells us the specific process they're using to patch up the roads.
Yes, city and county crews say they're in an in-between stage right now of getting these patchy roads all filled up. So it really could be anywhere from between mid-March to April before we really see these roads start to smooth over.
This is because right now, crews are using a temporary fix to fill these potholes. It's called cold mix. Typically, hot asphalt is used to pack in these potholes for a longer lasting solution, but the factories that make that mixture won't be open for another month.
We try anything we can to get those holes filled.
Brian Dowd with Spokane County Public Works says crews are heating up this cold mix so it has a firmer hold in the potholes.
They usually stay, but it depends on the moisture, that the frosts or the thaw or rain or snow or whatever, and we just repeat it.
Meaning freezing temperatures combined with wet weather could cause the mix to expand and basically pop out of the holes.
You might have water trapped under the pothole. You might have the moisture coming through the ground.
It's a tricky balance, but crews are trying to take advantage of this stretch we've had without snow.
It's an uphill battle a lot of times trying to keep the potholes filled, and a lot of the potholes will come back in a couple days and we're back over it.
Dowd says because of the dry weather, county crews have filled about 200 potholes every day this week. And Marlene Feist with the city of Spokane says city crews have filled a total of about 715 potholes this year.
Every time that we get done with the snow, we go out there.
Driving too fast over potholes can increase the impact and cause the cold mix to come out even faster. Shayna Waldtower, KREM 2 News.